Hello and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm Rebecca Felgate and today we're getting technological as we talk about the top 10 human-machine hybrids. Half man, half machine, what does it mean? Many leading scientists think that humans must merge with machines if we want to survive, and indeed many Hollywood movies have depicted life as such, but could it really happen? Stay tuned as we take a look at 10 cyborgs already making it work. Coming in at number 10, we have Project Cyborg founder Kevin Warwick. Kevin Warwick was a professor of cybernetics at Reading University. He now works as Deputy Vice-Chancellor at Coventry University. Warwick has an implanted microchip in his nervous system. He first had a chip inserted in his arm in 1998, a simple RFID transmitter that he used to control lights, doors, and other computer-controlled devices. He could basically just waltz in and turn things on and off with his arm, which is pretty cool. Later in 2002, he had the chip connected to his nervous system. He also gave the same implant to his wife, which meant that when someone grasps her hand, he can feel the exact same sensation. Coming in at number 9, we have Stelarc. I studied this guy as part of my drama degree, and I have to say, from both a performance and science perspective, he's really interesting. Stelarc is an artist who focuses on enhanced robotics and what they can have on the human body. Stelarc isn't full-time cyborg, but in one performance called Third Hand, he used a robotic third arm which picked up muscle signals and responded with movements accordingly. In a recent performance, he attached his body to an industrial robotic arm which choreographed his body movements over a period of time. The fact that he has a third ear on his arm is kind of irrelevant to this list, but I thought I would quickly mention it. Coming in at number 8, we have Hugh Herr. In the 1980s, Hugh lost his legs in a climbing accident. However, he didn't let that stop him. Since then, he has been relying on prosthetics to climb again. Herr has since gone on to be a leading man in the field of biomechanics and believes that he will be able to cure paralysis using high-tech prosthetics one day. He created a computerized artificial knee, and on top of that, he and his team were able to get a paralyzed rat walking again. They did this by implanting a dissolvable scaffold skeleton with neutral stem cells. Herr has never believed that he is handicapped, just that technology is. He's worked on several devices allowing bionics that give amputees the ability to walk with the ease they used to have. At the end of his hugely inspiring TED Talk, he invited out dancer Adriana Hassett-Davis, who lost her leg in the Boston bombings. Now she dances with one of his biome legs, and watching her is so incredible. Coming in at number 7, we have Nigel Ackland, the man with a robotic arm. British man Nigel Ackland lost his arm in a work accident in the mid-2000s. He's since been given a bionic arm, a high-tech bionic forearm and a hand that can type and move like a real hand. The arm was hailed as the most advanced prosthetic hands in the world in 2012. It looks pretty awesome as well. It's controlled by 2 muscles that allows him to use his hand again, and the sound that it makes when it moves is like pretty sci-fi. Okay, this looks absolutely insane. Meet the guy with a hard drive for a finger, Jalava. He's coming in at number 6. Imagine carrying all your documents with you without even needing to use a bag. Well, this is Jalava's life. Finland national Jalava lost his finger in a motorbike accident in 2009 when he was in his early 20s. As a computer programmer, he had the harebrained idea to turn what was left of his finger into a USB stick. At the time, he had a laughable 2 gigs fitted into his USB finger, but these days, his hard drive capabilities are far more supreme. Founder of the Cyborg Foundation, Neil Harbisson is coming in at number 5. Neil Harbisson is a cyborg artist who, with the help of machines, has learned to listen in color. Harbisson is the world's first legally recognized cyborg who has an inbuilt antenna in his skull. He did a talk with TED which has had around 500,000 views on YouTube. In it, he explains how he was completely colorblind with the ability to only see in grayscale. Age 21, he's had a device that he calls an electronic eye installed into his brain, and it turns color into audible frequencies. This basically allows him to hear the color of the world. He said that he started to dream in color and felt that his brain and the software had united. He even has his electronic eye in his passport photo. Coming in at number 4, we have his good friend Moon Ribas. Ribas had a sensor permanently fitted into her elbow in 2013. This was part of a project called Seismic Sense. This sensor allows her to feel any earthquake on the planet with varying intensity. In 2008, she wore a speedometer glove that allowed her to determine the exact speed of movement around her. Spence, the man with a bionic eye, is coming in at number 3. So this is possibly the world's first eyeborg. Spence makes documentaries with his robot eye, which is fitted with a camera. A Canadian filmmaker shot himself in the eye as a child and he was left blinded. Eventually, he decided that rather than having a regular prosthetic eye, he wanted one that could function to his advantage. Eventually, he had a small camera eye fitted in 2008, from which he can record around 30 minutes of footage. While the camera isn't connected to his brain, so we can't actually see what he's recording, research is taking place to see whether or not this would be a possibility in the future. This would be a huge step for human-machine hybrids. Spence has worked with other cyborgs too, making a documentary about them. Jen's Naumann is coming in at number 2. Naumann lost his sight in 2 tragic turns of events. He was unable to see for over 20 years. However, he was offered a chance at sight again in 2002 as part of the Dobell Institute's Artificial Vision project. Naumann received artificial vision with an electronic eye connected to his visual cortex with implants in his brain. The process worked by using a video camera in glasses attached to a computer, which then attached into his brain. His neural implants came at a cost and he had violent seizures following the surgery. Now he is able to see outlines and shapes, which of course isn't perfect, but it has opened up a small fracture of a world that he previously couldn't see. Finally, at number 1, while this human-machine hybrid may not be alive yet, we have actual half-human, half-electronic cell tissue. In 2012, scientists at Harvard University unveiled cyborg tissue. The synthetic skin is part living, part electronics. The scientists involved say that they wanted to merge natural and electronic in such a way that becomes difficult to determine where the tissues end and the electronics begin. So perhaps this is one step closer to truly conceiving a cyborg. Wow, I mean that is a lot to think about. That was the top 10 human-machine hybrids. What a time to be alive. Do you think in our lifetime we will see part humans, part machine living as one new thing? Also, would you guys like to be part machine? If so, what machine part would you go for? Let me know in the comment section down below. For now, I've been Rebecca Felgate. If you liked this video, if you found it interesting, make sure you give it a good thumbs up, share it with a friend, and stay subscribed to Most Amazing Top 10. Thank you guys for watching to the end of this video. Why not check out our top 10 jobs that robots will take over and our top 10 future cities being built right now. Bye!